Okay, Dave brought another bike over. Looks like all-terrain variety. What do you got?
This is the all-terrain variety. Literally all-terrain.
All-terrain.
This is our round tube carbon cross bike. We didn't have a cross bike up until September last year, and we were kind of, I don't know, cross season was coming up. Looking at old cross videos and thinking about it, it kind of hit us that there really isn't a strong carbon player. You know, you've got your Ridleys and you've got your mass production guys, but the bikes are heavy. They're not really performance tunable. And we knew from our road experience that our round tube-to-tube custom construction is ridiculously strong. And so we kind of sat down and figured out how we could make a cross bike out of carbon that could be stupidly light and really be kind of head and shoulders above everybody else. This guy can weigh in around 16.5 pounds,
wow.
Which is actually on the heavy side. We think we can take more off of it pretty easily. And you know, obviously it's pretty. We feel like we can do some of the best paint jobs out there, and lines are actually painted on. They're not decals, as everyone thinks. We clear coat so that you can see our layup process because we're quite proud of it. The bike's just very cool. We know that you can slam this thing into a barrier or down a row of stairs, and where the steel guys are probably going to implode, this thing's just going to keep on chugging.
Fine, huh?
It can take it. 1.125 to 1.5 tapered fork. I mean, you got the beefy King 1.5 headset. This thing just kills brake jack, and at the same time, it doesn't matter what you slam into, it's going to take it. Plenty of mud clearance.
And again, clearance, huh?
Yep, and again, that's another thing we can adjust. I mean, we're in Texas, and so mud is not always a factor. So we can pretty much adjust wheelbase according to the riding conditions. You know, we've got a one-off WickWërks from WickWërks. It's a ceramic coating, which it's just pretty cool looking, but at the same time it's slippery, and so it improves shifting, and it's also it reduces chain wear on the chainring in the grit. Basically, a bike developed to offer serious cross riders something a little higher performance than the carbon that's out there, and something a lot more durable. Because what we see is people buying a carbon cross bike every year and then tossing it, because that's it. You're not going to get another season out of this. We would guesstimate a hardcore New England or Northwest racer should be able to get 3 or 4 solid every weekend seasons out of it with no problems at all. A large percentage of our business is carbon repair. We know the weaknesses of our competition, and we've really focused on making sure that this bike has had none of those. It's got a super stout rear end. All of the tubing is made by Enve, so we know it's strong. And again, we've really refined the layup on this bike where do what you want with it. It ain't gonna break.